Hello all and welcome. My name is Jessica Lopez. It is nice to see you once again, and we are going to do the data modeling part of our Salesforce Admin Beginner. We are going to focus on a creating objects relationship. So today, let's get started. Alrighty, let's get started. So this is part 1 of 2, and we are looking at the data modeling in our Admin Beginners on Salesforce. This is creating an object relationship. I'm your host, Jessica Lopez. So what is an object relationship? Okay, the key thing here is to think of Salesforce as an office. You're moving stuff around, you have a lot of data coming in, a lot of information coming in, and going out at the same time. So to keep a record of this in an office, we usually either put it in folders, in storage cabinets, we label them, we make sure that everything is well organized. So whenever anyone steps in, they'll be able to find that information easily. And that's the point of object relationship. We want to make sure that any information or data that is being stored on Salesforce is being stored correctly and is able to be seen by anyone who has the credentials to see them. Now, object relationships works to concentrate information in one space. So there are two main types of object relationships that we'll be seeing today, but there is a third one that I'll go over briefly at the end of this video. The first type is a lookup relationship. Now, what a lookup relationship does, it links two objects in a relation to one another. This can be one object to another object, one-to-one relationship, or one object to many other fields or objects within it. So you can have a one-to-many relationships just for this lookup relationship. So lookup relationships can stand alone on its own. All the objects are able to stand alone. So for example, as we will see in the second part, I will be creating a lookup object where we can have a favorite under a housing or realtor management company. So you can be able to see and access that information of who's been looking at the houses or who's been favoriting the houses. And therefore, when going to the client, you'll be able to talk to them about that specific housing instead of bringing a list that you may only have one or two that they actually like. Alrighty, so what is a master detail relationship? That's our second type. Now, our second type has a dependent and independent variable within each other, right? The master is independent. You usually won't have it do anything. If it changes, it changes, and so whatever happens won't affect any of the data within that master object. Now the detail, this is the link between an object. The detail actually is dependent upon the master. So if the master changes in any way, shape, or form, so will the detail for that object. Now, this object is really important to really understand your relationships, because if you do delete the master on accident, you will be deleting all data within the detail. And I understand that there's a little bit of terminology that can be hectic, but just think of it as a dependent and independent variable within this relationship. Now, as promised, there's also a third relationship. The third relationship is usually used with users, and it's called a hierarchical relationship. This hierarchical relationship works to find, for example, a boss staff relationship, executive staff relationship, and so on and so on. So if I were a person under the Department of Sales, I would be able to have a person who I report to be assigned, and so whenever anyone would look at, let's say, the project manager, they would be able to see the people who are working on different projects and how that person is administrating everyone. So again, it is more of a user relationship than an object relationship, but it is a type of relationship within objects, because we have objects within the users as well. Alrighty. So that is the end of part 1 of data modeling under our Admin Beginners workshop. See you on the next one. Make sure to click the subscribe button, to also click on the notification bell so that we would be able to continue looking and you don't miss part two. Because part two, once again, has a walkthrough on how to create these relationships, and you wouldn't want to miss that. Awesome. See you next time. Bye.